Well, hello guys. Welcome back to another episode of Everyday EDC. My name is Tyler, and today I'm just kind of doing literally, this is off the cuff. It's my last chance that I'm going to get to be able to do it for a while because one of these knives are getting sold. If you saw my unboxing, you're going to know what I'm talking about. But I kind of just want to give homage. Not really homage, because that sounds like you're sucking ass. I'm not trying to suck ass. I just want to give like an overview of the Elementums and kind of talk about the differences just at face value. This isn't a review. This isn't me doing my research. This is just me picking them up and telling you guys what I feel versus one or the other. That was kind of a lackluster, like, unveiling, So these are the three Elementums that I currently have. This one's being sold. I didn't really want to sell this one, or trade it rather, but like I said, I'm getting a good trade out of the deal. I'm doing two knives for one, and I won't tell you guys what that is. Johnny knows what it is. Johnny's the one trading me, but so I wanted to get this video out there. That's why there's no preparation. This knife literally came in today, so I kind of want to just show you guys all about these things. So first and foremost, we have the small guy, the bigger guy, and the biggest guy. And what I'm gonna do is show you guys. I'm actually gonna do some. Let's do some measurements and like some differences to kind of just show you guys the differences between all three knives. And if I had to choose one, it's not a battle, but if I had to choose one at the end of the day, which one would I choose? Okay. So let's put the fixed blade over here. Let's put the button lock there. Can you see the fixed blade? There we go. All right. So first and foremost, the weight on the original Elementum, in S35 VN, mind you, is coming in at 2.76 ounces. So not too bad, under the 3-ounce mark. The button lock Elementum in carbon fiber is coming in at a 3.13. So that is about a quarter of an ounce, maybe a third of an ounce heavier. But you have your fixed blade. That's coming in at almost 5 ounces. So this is obviously massive, but it's also a fixed blade. You know, you got the full tang, and it's exposed throughout here. So it's a full tang length, full tang on the blade. All right, let's get you guys. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Ah, not cool, bro. All right. So the overall length on the original Elementum is coming in right at 7 inches. Oh, by the way, the reason I'm doing this too is if you're torn but you kind of like the Elementum, this is also another reason. This is giving you just side-by-side comparisons. I'll tell you which one I'll pick, but it's not based on anything other than a preference at the end of this. So this is 7 inches. The button lock Elementum is coming in right under 8 inches long, with a blade length of 3.5. The blade length on the original is coming in at about little under 3.25. So back to this. This is a little under 8, and the blade length's coming in at 3.5. The fixed blade Elementum is coming in at 8.5 inches with a blade length of 4 inches and a cutting edge of about 3.25 or 3.75. So it's incremental steps up. One of the bigger differences too is as the incremental, you got light, still light, and then you got heavy. Like there's no real medium weight here. This is barely over 3 ounces. So let's get you guys some thicknesses of these guys. So the original Elementum's blade stock thickness is coming in at, is it really that narrow? That's pretty impressive. 100 thousandths. Wow. So that's why this thing was awesome. I haven't reviewed this in so long. And the blade stock is coming in, or I'm sorry, the behind the edge is coming in right at about 13 thousandths. So that's a stupid narrow blade. The blade stock on the button lock is coming in at 120 thousandths with a behind the edge thickness of just about the same, 13 thousandths. Let me make sure that was 11 thousandths. Yeah, they're both about 11 thousandths behind the edge, despite this having a thicker blade stock. Now the fixed blade coming in at almost 140 thousandths with a behind the edge of about 17 thousandths. So what that's telling me right now is these two are ultra slicers. With the blade stock, that's relatively small. This one's coming in, you know, average nowadays to light. This one's definitely light at 100 thousandths. I don't know that I've ever seen a blade stock that thin, or at least in a long time. So ultra slicey. This is going to be ironically just as slicey as this one due to the behind the edge. It's just going to have a little bit more robust in the back end. This one is still going to be slicey at that 17 thousandths behind the edge, but you're getting a 137 thousandths blade stock thickness. A little bit more robust, but it's a fixed blade. That's why. So the overall height is coming in at 0.48 inches of the fixed blade. This is coming in at 0.43. And the original is coming in at a 0.42. So these are also going to carry very, very similar, slightly thicker, but not much. And then this one's going to be, I mean, it's not even that much thicker, but it does feel massively thicker in hand. This is about, what is that, 50 thousandths? Is that what it is? Yeah, it's about 50 thousandths. 50? Yeah, 50 thousandths or 500ths thicker than these two. So that's kind of like your guys's, you know, there's your spec rundown of these versus each other. We have light, lightest, lighter, kind of heavy. It's 5 ounces. Then we have super slicey, thin blade stock, still super slicey, slightly thicker blade stock. We just have slicey with relatively average to thick blade stock. I wouldn't even call 140 thousandths that thick, right? So there's that. Action-wise, you got your basic flipper, and this thing works just fine. And you can, I learned that before, is you can spidey flick this. And there's nothing wrong with the detent. You can just get in there if you're good at spidey flicking on this one. So that's cool. The action on this one, it's a button lock, guys. Look at that. This is sideways. So, I mean, the action's good, but you do have to do a wrist flick. There's no flicking. Once I get to the review of this, I'll show you why, and I'll even show you kind of like a breakdown of what it's doing. The action on this one is so freaking stiff. Just kidding. It's a fixed blade, so there's going to be no action there. So, realistically, in and out of your pocket feels good. No jiggle, or in and out of the sheath. There's a little bit if you hold it like this, but you can't do it like that. And I'm not a fixed blade guy, so you guys can correct me, tell me this thing sucks or not. You can release it just fine, just with your thumb if you were holding it like this. So I guess I could thumb flick it. I could spidey drop it. Oh, no, I can't. All right, this is getting dangerous. You can just thumb flick it. All right. So it's a really capable sheath. You have the sides that you pinch in and it just opens up. This is so you can adjust your belt loop, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, so very easy to open and close. Just a really nice little sheath. So that's the rundown of all these. Which one would you choose? Let me know in the comments below. I know most of us are folding knife guys, so it's going to be hard to pick the fixed blade. Yeah, so I get that logic. This one's kind of like your smaller, more gentlemanly carry. Honestly, the button lock Elementum is the perfect size blade for me. I really do like that blade. But where the button lock Elementum, it doesn't even have that real choke up point, so that's kind of missing for me. And you know, the ergonomics are good, but once I felt this, guys, it's so hard to look back. This thing's ergos are so freaking good. I love this thing's ergos. So if you were to ask me if I had to pick one today and I had to get rid of the other two, which one would I pick? I'm going to go with the fixed blade. By the way, guys, this is like, shit. This is like 55 bucks. This was 110, and I believe the S35 version of the Elementum was like 80 bucks. So the fixed blade is the cheapest. This one, I think the original models are like in the 80 bucks, so these are going to be about the same, but the Damascus and carbon fiber is a little bit different. So that's where you're paying an extra 30 bucks. And then you have this one at like 80, 85 bucks for the S35 VM. Hope this was interesting. This is served no purpose other than to show you guys all the Elementums and kind of see, like, you know, this is the differences of them all, and this is where they're going. I think they're done making Elementums for now. Hopefully they are, because before I do another one, I got to get this one back. But yeah, I mean, they're all really good knives. And I know I don't want to be that guy that jumps on the hype train. I don't even like this finger choil thing, but on the bigger blade, it actually works really well. Like, I feel really good with that in there. The smaller blade, it works okay. I feel like I'm too close to the blade there. But this one, you're away from the sharpened edge enough to feel comfortable. So, you know, I'm kind of rambling at this point, but I'm really excited. This guy really excited me way more than I anticipated. Was not anticipating even making this video, but I wanted to show you guys the differences amongst these three. And just kind of show off these three. It's cool to see what they're doing. I mean, I like the Elementum family. I mean, I think there's other knives that are just as good in their, you know, in their roster of knives, but I think it's really cool with what they're doing here. And yes, I wanted to get the contoured scales. I wanted to get, I think, the 10CR13, which is basically VG10 blade. I ended up getting the D2 because I do not like leather sheaths. I'm not a really big fixed blade guy anyways, so I like a good Kydex sheath for the one whenever I do randomly carry a fixed blade, which is, up until this point, like, out of the last 365, maybe 12. Now that I have this guy, I'm probably going to carry this guy on a regular basis along with a folding knife, just because I feel like I want to beat the shit out of this, and I feel like this is going to take it. Really excited. My name is Tyler. Hope this was fun. Hope this was entertaining. Let me know which one you would pick in the comments below. Tell me why. I mean, you feel free to disagree with my choice. This isn't me telling you which one's better. They're all the freaking Elementum. This is just me telling you which I would choose to carry. So why don't you guys let me know which one you would choose to carry and why in the comments below. You guys stay sharp, stay safe. Have a great freaking day, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. This is my Patreon. This is my Instagram, everydayedc_77. We'll do a special shout out to all the Patreons: John K, Sammy, Eggs and Ham, Jason M, Dogtooth, Kaiba, Mickey, Wolf, and Captain Steve. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great freaking day.